Okay, so I'm frying pork chops. I'm just frying the pork chops here. I got these at the independent grocery store, and I'm frying them up. I am just frying them up. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, yeah, you can see my breath out here. Just be glad you can't smell it. Anyway, milkweed. Yeah. So here we are. We'll go for a walk around the field here. Just take a little walk around here. There's the old brush pile. Yeah, well, I don't know how to put this, so I'm just going to come right out and say it and be blunt about it. My country, Canada, has become a deaf country. It's become a country with a culture of deaf. It's become a country with an acceptance of deaf. It's become a country that embraces deaf. It's become a country that, frankly, seems to be taking pride in its failures, in its corruption, in its deaf. You know, and when I say deaf, I mean deaf of every kind. Physical deaf, spiritual deaf, emotional deaf, all of it. Deaf. Loss, failure, all of it. It's a country that is taking pride in that and embracing it. We have a government that's working against us actively. And what they're doing is they're telling us, basically, it's like this: we're going to make it really easy for you to die. We're even going to help you. If life ain't just the way you want it to be, we're going to put every obstacle in your path and in your way while you try to make your life what you want it to be. And eventually you'll get fed up and you'll beg us to kill you. And we'll happily do that for you. That's what we've got right now in place. I doubt that this country has ever had a more evil government than it has right now. I think that there's some truth in it that the whole world is going that way. Canada really seems to be leading the pack, though, which is sad. It's become a huge, huge shithole of a country. It's not just me that's homeless. The average person nowadays can't afford to pay rent. People are having to take on in roommates and everything else, and even then they can barely afford to live. It's just insane. And we have a prime minister who scolds us for being alive, and a deputy prime minister who does the same, who tells us that we're killing the planet with our existence, and we need to not be here anymore. In the meantime, he's flying all over the globe on his jet. You know, and not for business either. I mean, he does fly around for business, yes, but a lot of his flights are for pleasure, for vacations. To go to Tofino to snowboard and stuff. You know, this is what he does. And he'll go on and he get on a private jet, and he'll fly all over the place on his vacations, a taxpayer expense. I was told that that jet that he flies on costs $50,000 an hour to operate. And he's telling us, oh, we need to feel the pain at the gas pumps so that we can learn And the Deputy Prime Minister, Chrystia Freeland, actually told us this. We need to feel the pain at the gas pumps, Canadians do, so that we can come to terms with the fact that we are killing the planet. And so, basically, they're going to punish us for buying fuel. This is what it is by taxing us to death. We're living in a country now where we got 3-year waiting lists for testing and for surgery and medical treatments and all the rest of it. But if you want the government to kill you, if you want to avail yourself of the MAID program, MAID, Medical Assistance in Dying, that's what it's an acronym for, that we can accommodate you in a matter of weeks or months at the latest. They're expanding it to more and more people, more and more situations. They're encouraging people to avail themselves of it. No, we can't help you with that. Veterans who need help, people who have served this country are being encouraged to avail themselves of MAID rather than to burden the system with their problems. The government is encouraging this. That's what we're dealing with right now in this country. It's really sad and pathetic, and it's evil. It is a land of death. It really is. It's a culture of death. And it's being promoted by the government, because the government doesn't want to deal with it. I mean, they say there's no money, yet they're sending money all over the world. They're sending money. I don't know how much money has been sent to Ukraine. I don't know how much money has been sent. Apparently, there's money going to be sent. Oh, where is it now? There's money going to be sent to some other country soon to encourage instruction in French language or something, in the French language in that country. It's insane. I can't recall all the details now. I did see something about that. And Canadians are homeless. Canadians can't get medical treatment. Canadians are being encouraged to kill themselves instead. Well, there's no place for you to live. But hey, if you kill yourself, that will no longer be an issue, will it? There's no place, there's no treatment for you. We don't have any treatment for you. We can't offer you treatment for your medical issues. But what we can do is we can kill you. Hey, once you die, you don't get sick anymore. Hey, death is the solution to everything. That's about it. That's where we're at now in this country. And the thing is, this embracing of death and this embracing of losing and this embracing of failure is a really sickening thing. We've got an entire country now, in this country of Canada, which is based upon the whole infrastructure, the whole social order, the whole economy is based on death and on homosexuality and transsexualism. Dying and being a homosexual or a transsexual are the important things now. Not getting a decent job, not getting married to a member of the opposite gender and raising a family, not buying a house, not buying a car, certainly not getting stronger in your faith, in your spiritual faith in God. Certainly not that. No. being a homosexual or a transsexual and committing suicide. That's where it's at. that's where that's where we're at. Unbelievable. Um, yeah. Anyway, all I can tell you is whatever you're going through, and believe me, I understand. I'm going through a lot of crap myself. I have a lot of things to deal with, a lot of uncertainty, and I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. I'm damn scared. But I'll just be effed if I'll allow these evil people to take me down that road. You know, quitting isn't an option. Committing suicide isn't an option. Um, these are not options. These are not solutions. Quitting is not a solution. Killing yourself is not a solution. It isn't. And these people, when somebody is offering you death, that person does not have your best interest at heart. If somebody's offering you failure, that person does not have your best interest at heart. Look, we have to accept death because it's a reality. Each of us faces it throughout our lives as we lose loved ones and as we lose our cherished pets. I nearly lost Rocky last year. That broke my heart. Someday I will lose him, and it's going to break my heart terribly. And the other pets that I've lost, I'm heartbroken over them. I have loved ones who are passed on now who I miss. So yeah, we got to deal with that. We got to deal with death all the time. And we got to deal with the fact that each of us is going to die someday too. So yeah, we have to accept it as a reality because it is a reality. We accept it as a reality just like we accept every other reality. And really, it's unhealthy not to. But embracing it is equally unhealthy. These people in the government that want you to kill yourself, that want me to kill myself, they don't want that for us because they love us. They don't want that for us because they have our best interest in mind. They want that for us because they regard us as a burden and they regard us as vermin polluting their planet. Or at least that's one of their many excuses. I think really they know the truth, but they want to make us feel guilty for being here. They want to make us feel like trespassers on the planet. And so we might be more receptive to the message, which is that we are garbage and we shouldn't be here. But all I can tell you is don't let those people win. I look at my existence every day as an act of defiance. I know those people want me gone, and every day I'm alive, it galls them. Not just me, but others like me too. It galls them to see people like me still around. It really does. And so, hi Rocky. I just gave Rocky some wet food. I did, the other half of his can of wet food from this morning. He looks like he's going to go into another coma. He does. Hey, you're a good boy. I got to get in here, though. I'm going to step over you again, little man. Anyway, I think that's the way to look at it, though. Look at your existence as an act of defiance against evildoers. You're on the right side of this thing. if you're not cooperating with those who would destroy us, then you're on the right side. And you deserve all the respect in the world for that. And your life has value regardless. Your life has value as long as you're here. Yeah. Anyway, like I say, it's pretty disgusting what's happening here anyway, and I'm not cooperating. I'm not doing as they tell me. I'm not trusting them. I don't know why I would trust anybody who wants to take me out, who wants to take me out of the equation. It seems kind of counterintuitive to do that. And so I don't do it. But I will tell you, these people are going to come to an end someday themselves. And they're going to have to give an account. Just like we all are. Justin Trudeau's got to stand before the same God I've got to stand before, and that you've got to stand before. And he's got to give an account of himself. And I would not want to be in his shoes. It's bad enough being in my own shoes. I wouldn't want to be in his. I'll tell you that. It's pretty scary stuff. It is. It's pretty scary stuff. Anyway, I don't know if this is going to stay on or not. Alright. Yeah, it's kind of staying on, I guess, eh? Okay. I got to find a way to put this up here, I do. So, alright. I'm going to cut this thing and see how it is. Make sure that it's cooked all the way through. I think it is. I don't normally buy the boneless pork chops. I didn't realize these had bones in them, but it's okay. It's alright. They're still pork chops. There we go. Wow. Yeah, this looks good. I think this is going to be fine. But yeah, bottom line anyway to all of this is I'm not going to embrace this culture of death and corruption. This reprobate culture that we've established here in this country, that the people of this country have allowed to ferment. I'm just not going to do it. And I'm going to keep having opinions. And I'm going to keep saying what I think. Right now, the government wants to put people like me in jail for life. They're trying to get a bill through Parliament now that would see a guy like me serve life in prison for making these kinds of videos. That's actually a thing. Because I'm not willing to embrace death. And I'm not willing to embrace corruption. That's not to say I don't have corruption in me, because I do. Everybody does. But my corruption may not be the same as yours. My corruption isn't the same corruption as a homosexual man's corruption, because I'm straight. But my corruption is no better than a homosexual man's corruption. I have lust in my heart. I think about women in ways that would qualify me as corrupt at times, and so on. So yeah, I got corruption in my heart. But the difference is, I feel guilty for my corruption. I don't embrace it. When I find myself lusting after a woman and fantasizing about the things that I would do with her if I got her into bed, I don't embrace that. I feel bad for that. And when I feel like giving up, because everything's piling up on me, and believe me, that does happen. I may seem strong to people watching these videos, but I have moments, I'll tell you, where I'm just devastated and I really do feel like giving up. And I definitely have moments where I worry, where I just wonder what the heck is going to become of me. What am I going to do? How am I going to survive? But the thing is, giving up is not an option. Losing is not an option. Um, and I sure as hell am not going to go and ask this corrupt government to kill me. I mean, that's just insanity. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine that. As you know, I can't even imagine it. It's just, really? This is what we're going to do now, is it? Hi, Rocky. he's a doorman, I guess, or something. I don't know. All right, there we go. Okay. You're blocking the way, Rocky. Okay, I'm going to step over you again. I always hope that he doesn't suddenly turn and move and trip me. He's done that before. You make a sudden movement or something, send me flying ass over tea kettle. Okay, I got to open up this thing here. They got it hermetically sealed. But anyway, here's the thing. Yeah, I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep having opinions. I'm going to keep saying what they are. And if they throw me in prison for having an opinion and saying what it is, then I'm going to say my opinions in prison. And if they put me in a hole in the basement of the prison, away from everybody, then I'm going to shout my opinions. Somebody might hear them. That's it. Anyway, that's what I'm going to keep doing. They're not going to beat me. It doesn't matter what they do to me. They will not beat me. I will not let them. And the fact that I know they want to beat me pisses me off. And it makes me all the more determined not to be beat by these people. And I'll tell you, whatever suffering I have to experience, I'll experience it. But I will not compromise on those points that I have made. Everything I just said, I will not compromise on that. No matter how bad it gets, I won't. These people, they can't be allowed to win. Because if they win, that's just too much. It's devastating. Anyway, that's it. On the positive note, I've got pork chops, and I got a wonderful friend here to share them with. That's right, Rocky. I'm going to share my pork chops with you. And I got applesauce. And I got this fancy jar opener here. This thing works great. It's old. It's really old. It came to me in a load of scrap metal one time. See, it's got a smaller one for opening smaller bottles, like pop bottles or, you know, lemon juice bottles or cough syrup bottles or whatever. The bigger one, though, is for this. And here we go. Let me show you how this works. I'll turn this around. I will. We'll see if we can get this in here.